What's going on, guys? I am the Crow, and today I'm bringing another YouTube video or deck profile of the Dark Magicians. And this is a variant of the one I did like a year ago with the Chaos Dragons, but new card to throw in that actually kind of synergizes with the deck a little bit. So everyone knows what the Dark Magician cards do, so I'll just kind of speed through it. So first off, obviously, no matter what Dark Magician build you're playing, you gotta play the 3 Dark Magicians. It is like the deck, the whole, like the card that everything like basically revolves around. All right, all the cards revolve around 3 Dark Magicians. I know I have the Lost Artwork, which is very nice. I love the Lost Artwork. And obviously these are the Battle Pack 10 secrets. I got each one because I like to have the originals and then the Kazuki Takahashi artwork. But with that being said, this is the vanilla monster that kind of just the deck revolves around. Another vanilla monster is Red Eyes Black Dragon, and obviously the Dark Magician Girl. This one is also a Battle Pack 10 secret rare, and obviously the Lost Artwork Dark Magician Girl. But obviously Red Eyes Bee Dragon for Red Eyes Fusion, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and this one obviously has like another name to throw into the grave to draw off of Soul Servant. Also, just because sometimes it comes up where you need to make like the Dark Magicians off of her, so there's that. Up next, we do play the one card you send off of the Magician Souls. It is the one card you send off Magician Souls, and it's just another name. Plus, when you send her off of Magician Souls, if they try to stop Magician Souls somehow, you can bring her up on board to, like, just for a way to work around like Ash Blossom or something. Next, we play the double Apprentice Illusion Magician. Now, Apprentice Illusion Magician is a card that you discard to special summon her, and then if your Dark Spellcaster like attacks, she can boost it up by 2,000 by getting herself off the field or out of the hand. And whenever she's summoned, she searches Dark Magician to your hand. You only play 2 of her because that's kind of like all you need. The deck already has enough ways of getting Dark Magician out that you don't need 3 of her. Up next, we do have the triple Magician's Rod, obviously the best normal summon in the deck. Searches out all your Dark Magician spells and traps, everything you ever need for Dark Magician, this guy searches out. And when he's in the grave and you activate a spell or trap on your opponent's turn, you contribute a you contribute a spellcaster to bring him back to the hand, which actually kind of synergizes with the Chaos Dragons in this. So yeah, there's that. Up next, we do have obviously the non-budget Magician Souls. Obviously, as cost, you can send a level 6 or higher spellcaster to the graveyard to summon this card, and then you can send spells and traps from your hand or field to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. When he sends a spellcaster to the grave, you can either summon himself or bring Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from the graveyard onto the field. So that's always nice. Obviously, the best for Dark Magicians. Then here's the Chaos Dragons. We do have the Darkest Diabolos and Chaos Dragon Levianeer, all searchable in this deck off of Melody. Not only that, but the synergy between this card and this card actually kind of works because you're tributing spellcasters, which most of your spellcasters are dark, to get, and he comes on board. But there's also another card in this deck that's really synergizes with this, that actually brings out Dark Magician pretty well. And then this guy, obviously, just to banish and then rip cards. This guy also rips cards. He can tribute cards on the field to rip a card out of your opponent's hand. This guy can also rip cards out of your opponent's hand. Or if you banish a light, he can destroy 2 cards, which he has some lights in this deck. So play a Oracle Mana as 1. Some extra deck cards. Yeah, that's basically it for the Chaos Dragons. Up next, we do have the triple Dark Magical Circle. Sometimes I think about cutting this down to 2 just to see less of it, but it's also like, you do want to see it though. Obviously, you can look at the top 3 cards of the deck, reveal any Dark Magician or spell trap that lists Dark Magician as text, and add it to your hand. Not Eye of Timaeus. Remember, you can't search Eye of Timaeus in Dark Magicians because it refers Dark Magician monster instead of just Dark Magician himself, which it's a weird ruling, but that's how it is. Then if Dark Magician is also summoned to the field, you can banish a card on your opponent's side of the field, which is very nice. Once per turn. Each one's once per turn, by the way. So, we have remember that one. Obviously, triple Soul Servant. The basically best draw power in the deck because you can stack anything as a quick play. Stack any card that's Dark Magician, any card that has Dark Magician in its text onto. So you can stack Apprentice, Magician's Souls, Magician's Rod. You can stack all the spells and traps for Dark Magician besides Itemize. But yeah, there's that. Also, by the when it's in the graveyard, not as a quick effect. It's during your main phase. It even says during your main phase. But you banish this card from your graveyard to draw cards equal to different names: Dark Magician, Girl, or Flame Oracle cards, which we have 3. And we don't play Mahad, so we get to possibly draw 3 cards. But no, sometimes you want to stack and then draw a card, so that's always very nice. Then we're going to play the fusion spells, which is obviously the Secrets of Dark Magic. The double Raz Fusion. Yes, I bumped up to 2. And the Magicalized Fusion. Obviously, now this is for the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package. Sometimes, and as you can see, I kind of cut out the Itemize. Itemize was just, you can't search it, and it breaks most of the time anyway, so I'd much rather just play these. Bump this up to 2 just because you want to see it more often. Gotta play Dragoon. Secrets, you can search it off of all the Dark Magician cards because it has Dark Magician in its text, but it's basically a fusion spell. This one, Raz Fusion, obviously you can either send it off of Verite, or if you see it, you can just drop it down, send the cards in Dragoon. Magicalized Fusion is also a way you can send off of Verite, or if you slap it down, you got banished materials anyway. So just all the fusion spells, everyone knows what these do. They're kind of standard in Dark Magician builds. And now here to show you the new Dark Magician card, technically. I mean, it has Blue Eyes White Dragon on it, really, but technically it's any, like, legacy support. We have Successor Soul. Now, the cool interaction with this, alright? If you don't know what this does, it says tribute 1 effect monster you control. So you're tributing your monster. Target 1 monster your opponent controls, 1 effect monster your opponent controls, alright? It's an effect monster your opponent controls. Send it to the graveyard. No destruction, no banishing, anything. It's sending it to the grave. Alright, and then when you do that, you can special summon a level 7 or higher normal monster to the field from your hand or deck. Just fetches it from the hand or deck. Now that is pretty bonkers in my opinion. I don't know what about you, but that's pretty lit. But not only that, you can only attack with 1 monster the turn you activate this card, but you're doing this either first turn, if they like somehow get a monster on the board, or like if you're going second, this is perfect almost. Well, or if you're going first, you can do this on your first turn possibly. They summon something, or you can set it because it's a quick play spell. Just do it on your opponent's turn, which is bonkers in my opinion. Really synergizes with Darkest Diabolos and Magician's Rod and all that. I think it's super good. And you play 3 of because you can't search it. It doesn't have Dark Magician or anything, and it's like it doesn't have Red Eyes, Black Dragon, or Blue Eyes. It's just there, so you can't search it. That's why you gotta play 3 of it just to see it. Obviously, the Melody of Awakening Dragon to search out the Chaos Dragons, discard a card, search out the dragons. Everyone knows what that does. And just because triple tactic talents, sometimes if you get stopped, it hurts. So you want to play triple T to keep your plays going. You can either like rip a card out of your opponent's hand, snatch your opponent's card, or like snatch an opponent's monster, or just draw 2 cards, which I usually kind of just draw 2. Up next, we do have the double Eternal Soul, cut it down to 2 because you don't want to see it often. Plus, you can search it, and you're not focused on trying to protect it as much because you have Dragoon. He can't be destroyed by card effects anyway. But even so, like, it's searchable. What it does is every turn you can either search Dark Magic Attack or bring back Dark Magician from the graveyard or hand. But your Dark Magician is unaffected by your opponent's card effects, but if it leaves the field, it completely board wipes your monster board, which is why Dragoon is like he can't be destroyed by card effects anyway, so if even if this leaves, he stays. But most of the time, like, I usually protect it anyway with, you know, Dragoon, because you don't want to get rid of your board. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter. And obviously, for the last 2 cards, we do play Ice Dragon's Prison. I mean, you're taking a card out of your opponent's graveyard, put it on your field, and then banish 2 cards of the same type, which is going to be a card that your opponent plays, because most of the time it's going to be something of the same type. So, I mean, this is a pretty good card. It might fall out of favor, but I think if you were to replace this with anything, you can play Forbidden Droplets, to be honest. That's a very good card to throw in here, I would say. Much better than Ice Dragon's Prison. I mean, I do have Forbidden Droplets or another deck, but I'm thinking about dropping these 2 for Forbidden Droplets, because Forbidden Droplets is Mass Field Negate, basically, almost. Or even just Dark Ruin or more. Whichever one suits your fancy. Up next, we do have the extra deck. So, obviously, we gotta play Double Dragoon. Double Dragoon, because you can easily make both Dragoons in this deck. Not only that, but Rise Fusion makes him become Rise Black Dragon. So you can use him and Dark Magician to fuse into another Rise Dark Dragoon and just bring him back somehow off of a card, which is very nice indeed. We also have Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Obviously, for if you have him, yeah, or if you need to like protect your back row somehow, Dark Magician Dragon Knight is a nice alternative to fuse in with the dragon. Then we have the Dark Magicians. Obviously, if you have 2 spellcasters, you can't get to your dragons. You fuse the spellcasters into this. And if you play a spell or trap, or if anyone plays a spell or trap at all, he can draw a card. And if it's a quick play spell or a trap card, you can immediately set it and activate it that turn, which is nice. Well, even if it's just a regular spell, you could set it. But if it's a quick play spell or trap, you can activate it that turn. And if he dies, he floats into both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from anywhere. Hand, deck, or graveyard, which is nice. So that's a nice, good floater. For the Xyz, Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus, Raz Flare Metal, and the Dark Abon Illusion Magician. I make this guy more often because you can actually use his effect to bring back Dark Raz Black Dragon for whatever you need. Abon Illusion fetches Dark Magician from hand or deck, and if you attack with the Dark Magician, he can banish a card. Sometimes you can use Red Eyes Black Dragon because it says, or no, it's a normal spellcaster. Sorry, so not Red Eyes Black Dragon. But the only spellcaster you actually play in that normal spellcaster you play in the deck is Dark Magician. So we'll just say if you attack with Dark Magician, you can banish a card in front of you. So it's kind of like a Eternal Soul Dark Magical Circle on legs, I would say. And then if when you attack, you can just overlay them with Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus to just send cards to the grave. That's why I like about it. Then, for the Link monsters, we do play the 1 Imduk, because you can link it off a Dark Magician into him. Predator Planet Verte Anaconda. Obviously, for the Raz Fusion play, Dragoon. IP Masquerena, because you link someone on your opponent's turn. We have Puzzle Mina, which is very nice. I like him. Reason why I'm playing him is because sometimes you can put a monster here, declare its level for like 7 or something, you know, and you can bring back Dark Magician, overlay the 2 into either the rank 7s, Abon Illusion or Raz Flare Metal. I'm sorry, I couldn't think about it for a second. But another cool thing is you can change a level to whatever your opponent has on their field, and you can pop both the cards, so which is very cool. I kind of like that. It's a nice little possible form of removal, also a way to get into your Xyz monsters, which is very nice. I like it. Sling Queen of the Master Magician, she's very nice. Gain spell counters equal to all spells on the field and grave. You can remove the 3 spell counters to bring back a spellcaster. She kind of just helps you link climb. It's really all she's there for. And we do obviously play the Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. Now, Soldier of Chaos is very nice because you can use Dark Magician or Red Eyes if you have Red Eyes on board. You get 3 monsters with different names, link up into him, and he can either banish a card, gain 1500 attack, or attack twice in a row, depending. And it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects as long as you use a level 7 monster to go into him, which is cool. And we do have Access Code Talker, obviously for game. And to be honest, I see no one running this card usually, but I really like this card. This card's very nice. I do run the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Why? Because it's a kaiju and a link monster, alright? And you can very easily do this turn 3 after, like, you sell the card, like, you bring out Dragoon and all stuff, and your opponent goes, and then turn 3, you know, when you try to go for game, this card right here is very good. I love it. She stops all grave effects, but she's unaffected by card effects except by targeting. So anything that targets, she's affected by. But if you use her IP Masquerena right here, right, to go into her, not only is she unaffected by card effects besides targeting, so if it targets, she's affected by it, but she can also not be destroyed by card effects. So the only thing you can really do is what, he can, what, target banish or target send at that point. I mean, that's very, very good, I think, in my opinion. Like, she's basically almost unbeatable at that point, which I love. And not only that, but she's a mass monster negate. All the monster cards that your opponent currently controls are negated. I mean, that's very good. And she can just use your opponent's monster to go into her, which is very cool. So all you have to do is have a link to, and like, I would say, was it 3 other cards, 2 other cards? Because she only takes 4. Yeah, so like, all you need is like a link to 2 other cards, and your opponent to have 1 monster on their field, and just link them off. So if she gets rid of anything that's unaffected by card effects, even. All right, because this is a condition, kind of like the kaijus, where you can just use their monster, which is very nuts, in my opinion. You can get rid of unaffected bosses with this, which is beautiful. I love it. All right. Like Cybers or something, you know, adding Nisters. They have the Arrival Cybers adding Nister. She links him off into this, you know. You link their off their guy into this card. Then mass field negate. I love it. It's very, very good. I really think that this card is so underrated. But I can also see why, because it's kind of hard to make the materials in most decks. Whereas Dark Magician, you kind of can. I mean, to be honest, I've done it so many times where you set up a board a little bit and then just link off into her, and it's crazy how often you can actually go into her with Dark. Yeah, yes, Dark Magician combos. Yes, that's how it is. All right, that is how it is. Dark Magician combos. So I would thank you so much for this. That'd be end of it. But no side deck, because I don't really go for side deck very much. But if anything, you can run Dark Magic Attack, run whatever you need for whatever you're going to go up against. You know, have whatever locals, nationals, regionals, whatever you feel like. Just remember, always take care. And this is, yeah, I know we're coming out of rough times, which is very nice. I love that we're getting out of like this COVID thing, and all these like people are starting to open up like businesses and stuff. I'm excited to start doing like actual in-tournament play in person. I'm still trying to wonder what decks I'm gonna take. I did do the Scrap Dino Thunder, which I think also Scrap Orcus I'm thinking of. And if you want to see a deck profile of Scrap Orcus, please leave a comment if you want to see it. Also, that's also when I get the cards in that I need for Scrap Orcus, I will make the profile. But like I'm just trying to wonder what decks to play and stuff. But if anything, you can tell me what I can do to change. You know, leave comments like that. I like to read that stuff. I'll read them all. I don't care. I will do whatever I can to try and make things better. I will try to give myself better equipment, because right now this is shot off of an iPhone. So, I'll do whatever I can with what I can afford. But if you like the content that I make, please like, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And if you really enjoy this, please consider giving me ideas of what I could possibly do in the future, or you know, what you guys would like to see. And with that, I will end this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.